For most of human history, boiling water wasn't as simple as setting a metal pot on a flame. Metalworking is a relatively recent achievement, yet ancient civilizations still purified water, cooked food, and crafted herbal medicines long before metal vessels existed. Among the most ingenious solutions they developed was the fire cup boiling trick, a forgotten method that allowed them to heat and purify water using nothing more than wood, fire, and the laws of physics. Today, this technique remains one of the most valuable survival skills a prepper or homesteader can learn. Whether you're stranded without gear, want to reduce reliance on manufactured cookware, or simply enjoy mastering ancestral wilderness knowledge, the fire cup method proves that old skills still outperform modern assumptions. The fire cup method uses a hollowed wooden bowl or cup filled with water and heated indirectly using red-hot stones, which are dropped into the water to raise the temperature to a rolling boil. Instead of exposing the wooden vessel to flames, which would obviously burn it, the stones provide the heat transfer necessary to cook or sanitize the water. What makes this method so remarkable is its simplicity. Nearly anyone with access to hardwood, basic carving tools and fire can perform it. Many native tribes, early settlers and prehistoric cultures relied on it for centuries. This is the part that fascinates most people. How can you set fire-heated stones into a wooden container full of water without the wood igniting? The science is surprisingly straightforward. First, water absorbs heat faster than the wood can combust. As long as the container holds enough water, the temperature of the wood never climbs high enough to ignite. Second, the stones lose their extreme heat rapidly when submerged. The water draws out the thermal energy, cooling the stones and heating the liquid simultaneously. Steam dissipates heat before the wood is damaged. The escaping vapour, you see, works as an additional temperature regulator. This means the wood remains safe, even when the stones glow red-orange in the fire moments before use. Making a proper boiling cup is a skill in itself, but not a difficult one. Here's a practical guide that, well, mirrors what ancient peoples would have done. Avoid softwood, resin-heavy wood, or punky, meaning rotted wood. The best choices are oak, maple, hickory, birch, and walnut. Hardwoods, you know, resist cracking and scorching better under repeated heating. You can carve the cup in one of two ways. First, there's the burn and scrape method. Use hot coals to char the interior of a split log. Then scrape away the charcoal layer with a stone or knife until you form a cavity. Or, if you have a knife or a hatchet, you can use the knife-carved method. Carve a bowl deep enough to hold at least 2 cups of water. It's really about using what you have on hand. A smoother interior reduces stress cracks, you know. Just a simple rubbing with a stone or even a bit of sand helps strengthen the vessel, making it less likely to fail when you need it most. Once your cup is ready, the process becomes pretty straightforward. Step 1. Heat stones in the fire. Select stones that are dry, not porous, and definitely not river rocks, as they can explode from internal moisture. Granite, basalt, and dense rounded stones work well. Place them right in the centre of your fire and heat them until they're glowing, or, at the very least, extremely hot. All right, so step 2. Fill the cup with water. Never ever heat an empty wooden cup. It will crack, and that's something you definitely want to avoid. Make sure to fill it at least halfway. Now, step 3. Transfer the stones. Using sticks or wooden tongs, carefully lift one stone at a time and place it gently into the water. You'll hear hissing, bubbling, and some rather rapid steaming. The water temperature will climb almost instantly. Step 4. Rotate stones as needed. Depending on how much water you've got, anywhere from 2 to 5 stones should bring it to a nice rolling boil. Just remember to replace any cooling stones with fresh hot ones to keep that temperature up. Step 5, and this is important. Boil the water for at least 1 minute. That's what ensures the water is safe to drink. Oh, and if you're up at high elevations, above 6,500 feet, you'll want to boil it for 3 minutes instead. The fire cup method wasn't just for making drinking water, you know. Historically, it played a vital role in preparing herbal teas and medicines. Some plants actually lose their potency when cooked directly over a flame, but stone boiling helped preserve those medicinal qualities. It was also used for stews and broths. Early peoples would cook meat and tubers in wooden or bark containers using this very trick. Even soap making relied on firestone boiling. Fat and ash mixtures were heated this way long before metal pots came along. And let's not forget dye preparation. Woodland cultures dyed fabrics and skins using pigments extracted with stone-heated water. Quite a clever bit of ingenuity, really. This was, you know, an essential technique in nearly every pre-metal society, from indigenous tribes of North America to ancient Europeans, Pacific Islanders, and African forest communities. In a grid-down scenario, you may not have things like cookware, clean containers, or even sterile drinking water. The fire cup trick, well, it bridges that gap. It requires no gear, no electricity, and no synthetic materials at all. As long as you can make fire, find stones, and carve a bowl, you can make safe drinking water, really, indefinitely. It also teaches a deeper principle that, honestly, every homesteader should embrace. Technology comes and goes, but skills stay with you forever. Knowing how to boil water with nothing but nature is the kind of ancient mastery that, well, gives you independence long after modern conveniences fail.